Welcome to the A F.o.O.L Podcast. This is episode 57. You know, and I just don't understand why Lego doesn't use the Hawk to advertise more. He's like just one big banner.
What's up, guys? Mardigrasman23 here, and it is again time for the A F.o.O.L Podcast. So I'm Earl, aka Mardigrasman. That's Joey. This is his channel, aka BrickTrains, and that's Jabbo, who's trying to figure out when it's the 90th anniversary.
Yeah. Hey. Oops.
So I just learned, you know what, if you play this game, so Joey showed me a card from this game, or showed Earl and I a card.
Yeah.
And the question was, when was the Lego name adopted? Not 1932.
No, I don't know where that card is. Right.
So we're going to have another 90th anniversary in 4 more years.
Oh.
Well, it seems like just only yesterday we had the 60th anniversary.
Well, okay, we'll try and hide. Is there any way we're going to read that?
The first Lego logo.
Yeah, so there it is.
What year was that? I can't. Oh, 1936.
Yeah.
So
first Lego logo.
So this is what we're talking about. The 90 years of play, and it's called the Timeline game. And it is basically Trivial Pursuit for Lego. Sorta. Have you read the instructions yet, Jabbo?
No, I just opened mine.
Okay.
I have a glossary.
Yeah. So what we're gonna have to do is somehow we're gonna have to get. So you got yours from the United States.
Yes, everything's in English.
Perfect. So did you remember? I'm not trying to throw either one of us out on how much we paid, but you know what I paid for mine. Did you pay less or?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I paid as much as any Lego person would pay for something in Lego City.
Oh.
So is that a big box that it's in?
No, it is not a very big box.
So how did you come across that? Just messing around on eBay, or how did you stumble upon that?
Somebody posted it on Instagram, and immediately a bunch of them showed up coming out of Hungary.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, they were all around that same price point. And the picture showed that they were in whatever that is, Hungarian, Russian, whatever they speak there in Hungary. And I thought, well, that's not going to do me any good. So I kept digging around, and finally found one that was in England that was showed up. And I think we talked about this last time on a podcast. I don't mean me and you had talked about it a little bit because you were concerned that they were going to come out in the United States and then people in the United States would be selling them cheaper.
I think we did because he ordered his while we were on the podcast.
No, me?
Didn't you?
No, I ordered mine when y'all were talking, when Joey showed me the card on Instagram.
Okay.
I was like, I hadn't checked eBay recently. So I checked eBay. Buy it now. I bought it.
There you go. Yeah.
Cheapest one on eBay at the time.
So the way this works is you get so many cards, just like, any card game. And they're all face down with the front and the back of the card are the same, except it has the date.
The answers
on the back side of it. And you put one card down with the date up, and then you go through your cards and in the group, you going around, and then you have to try to get the timeline in the correct order. So you can put your card down either left or right of the first card, and you're correct in the timeline order. If you're not, you pull the card, draw another, keep going. And the object of the game is to be the first person out of cards.
Oh.
So you could stick a card in between cards and everything. So it's actually a pretty good game. And the thing is you don't have to. Oh, almost showed that one. That one would be a favorite one for
1974. That's not right. Okay, maybe
Moops. It's the Moops.
How about that? That's 1974.
That is 1974.
Okay.
Yes.
I knew
Sorry
it.
that it's not blur.
You remember that on Seinfeld? It's the Moops.
The Moops.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's kind of a cool game. My concern was that you're going to have to play it. You're going to have to come up with the exact. Whoops! I just put my level 3 difficulty on top of my level 1. Yeah, you don't have to.
I wonder if I could line them. How close I could get just lining them all up.
You mean just trying without
the whole deck?
Yeah,
the whole deck, and see if you can put it in order.
Just shuffle them, and then
Right. I actually thought about it. I thought, how cool this would. I mean, to me, it's a very interactive game, and if they get cheap enough,
you could. It would be cool to do that, and don't flip them over, because then you would get to like a 4th card, and you'd say, no, that one got to go before this one. And
yeah. Well, I was thinking about making a collage out of them.
Yeah.
So that you'd actually have the timeline kind of in there, and they're not all Lego. I noticed when I was flipping through them, there were a few.
Oh, they're not.
Is it the same? They're all the same picture front and back?
Yes.
No. Oh, they are.
Well, each card is the same.
These are blank. These are the easy ones. They're blank.
Yeah, I can see some of the blank ones.
That's for the magic tricks.
Yeah.
It would be. What would be hard for me is some of the more modern ones. I think.
Yeah,
in recent history, I'd get wiped out by people.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Hello, somebody show up?
Yeah. Hey, Godzilla Firebox.
The Tsar level members.
Yeah.
Well, I said I found some that were not. Well, there's things like Lego Masters. There's the blank ones. I thought I saw. Yeah, here's one. The invention of the electric guitar. So it shows, but I'm pretty sure they're not talking about the Lego piece, because that Lego piece didn't come out in 1934. So there's some of those that are kind of in there.
What's that got to do with Lego? So is that the what's that guy that was famous for making electric guitar?
I don't know, Gibson.
Fender.
Yeah. Fender. Eddie Van Halen. I don't. So at any rate, I think it's an interesting game. I think I haven't got to play it with anybody. I just haven't got a chance to do that. But I was hoping maybe we'd be able to do something in the podcast, pull a card or something.
I would have to be the show host.
The host.
Let you two guys play the game.
Yeah. Well, that's what we need to do. Is we need to spend some of your money. We need to get you into these games.
Well, the video I posted today, Jabo spent my money a long time ago.
Finally. Oh, but you know what? Now, all I could think of in your video was how we missed this third wave or whatever wave it was that had a modular. So I'm no longer ever going to be a modular completist.
Yeah.
See, and I just don't see myself buying the Daily Bugle either. I might buy the Sanctum Sanctorium one. But
yeah, I want to get that one, but
I'm waiting for a gift with purchase.
I'm waiting for something. It's going to be there for a little while.
Yeah.
So you can still get the pirate pack.
Oh, it's still there?
Yeah, I have in my shopping cart. I have a Star Wars set, and there's two gifts with purchases with it, and I'm like, I still didn't check out.
I went on that little buying spree. I got it like 1 or 2 from Lego, from just buying stuff, gift with purchase, and then I went on that buying spree. And I bought, I don't know how many. I bought all of them that were under or close to like $6 a piece or something, because they had like I don't remember what kind of part out value they had. It was double that plus some. And then I got a couple more from I think they were almost $30 part out value. And then I got more of them from Lego, because I ended up buying a couple things. So.
Yeah, I got like 12 of the pirate packs. Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny though? I kind of was just not looking, but I just spot checked a couple. I was looking for some stuff for Dakota's Daylight, and I'd go into one of the things I typically do is if I go into the store, I find some things that they ordered. I'll look and see what the newest things are they added. You would not believe the stores I ran across that the newest thing they added were 2 or 3 or 4 bags of those pirate sets. You could, because you could see the skeletons and the bottles and.
Have you parted yours out yet?
I have, yeah.
You parted yours out?
Mm-mm. I'm waiting for my son to get back home. He's got one. Only one. That's just like I don't want to do any of them. I guess they're all just in the bag, right? There's just one big bag full of parts. I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess I could just go ahead.
Yeah, there's one big bag, but there's not. There's one big bag, yes, but there's a little parts bag.
Okay.
But it was an easy part out. It was an easy part out. Should be for a poly bag, right?
Yeah. It's like I was picking a Bricklink order today, and it was missing 2 items. Actually, my wife was picking it. I'm lying. It's my wife. She was picking the order.
How's she liking the new store setup? Let's get that out of the way.
I still got to get the labels on all the drawers where you can see them when you look down.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's okay with it. The table's a little bit small for her. She'd rather have a bigger table. I just need to get some stuff off the table that we do have.
Right.
But she's okay with it where it's at.
It's very important to keep the unpaid help happy.
Yes. And she's been like, she still can pick the orders. And so she picked the 2. I had 3 orders. She picked the 2. And then the third one, I was missing 1 brick, a inverted 1x3 slope, and I was missing a sticker sheet from Cad Bain's ship. So I had, and the thing is, I parted out those a long time ago. Some guy just came through and bought all of them, and I was like, I should have marked the price up on those when Cad Bane appeared in Mandalorian. I totally forgot about him. Mm-hmm. So he got them at a pretty good price, but he ordered 8. My wife said she can only find 7.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh no. I said I'll probably just have to credit them. I said, don't ship it. Just let me think about it. Don't ship it. I will ship it tomorrow, and I'll let them know. I'll give them double the refund or whatever. So the 1x3 piece was in a bunch of sets, but I was like, I almost took it out of a set that's worth like $350. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I mean, I was about to rip the bag open. The box was already open. I just hadn't opened any of the bags in it. And then there was a Star Wars set, one of those micro build Star Wars sets. And it was one I was going to part out anyway. Well, I opened it, and it's like, there's no numbered bags. I'm like,
oh no,
man, that's great, actually. I love the non-numbered bags. Those are my favorite because you just separate your bags, and then you know that every part of that type is going to be in that bag.
Yep.
So it was easy to find the part. So anyway, I set that to the side, and then the sticker. All right, I'm going to ask you guys I keep my stickers in binders.
Mm-hmm. Right? I do too.
Okay. I'm supposed to have 8. When I parted those out, I parted out like 7 or 8 of them at one time, and then 1 at another time. All right, so that was one of the things I was thinking about. The other thing is, I also have the instructions.
No!
So before I gave up, I had 9 instruction manuals in my store, and I one by one opened not every one of them. I got to the 5th one. I was just flipping through them, and there it fell right out. It was in the instruction manual.
That's a good feeling too, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that happens in the box. Sometimes they're on top of the instruction manual, but that shifting in the box, I've had many times, and I'm glad I looked.
I've done the same thing. I've had sticker sheets end up inside the instructions. It's like, but I had a similar thing a couple weeks ago where I was picking it was a big order too, and I was missing what was it? 3 hair pieces. I thought it was those dark brown ones that we were dealing with last, but I thought I have sold all those. But it was a similar one, except it was just a reddish brown or something, and I couldn't find them. And I was like, when I went back and looked, I parted out 9. Somebody bought 6, so there should be 3 somewhere. And I don't know what I did, but I just happened, I looked what sets did they come in, and they came in a Harry Potter set, and I had 3 of those sitting on the shelf to be parted out. So, rip, there they go. Had to part those out and get those hair pieces. So, but yeah, there's nothing worse than having to go back to a customer and tell them I'm missing something, or I'm gonna have to credit you, or I'm gonna do whatever.
So,
I don't mind, but
yesterday I had someone said I have a cart loaded, but there's 3 parts I want to check because I've been getting burned on variations.
yes,
So there was a antenna with the flat top, and they wanted they wanted a round top.
A round one.
And there was a hinge plate that had a groove. They wanted to make sure it had the groove on the bottom.
Okay,
and there was
that's one of those I never knew there was a variation for the longest time.
Yeah.
What was the other
I prefer
part?
the undetermined type.
What was the other part?
Was it a clip? Was it a clip?
Yes. I think it was a clip.
Was it the 2555 clip?
It was a no. It was a clip. It was a modified brick clip with a clip, and they wanted the one with a solid stud on top instead of the one with the hole stud on top. So I'll be darned if all 3 of those parts, I had a whole bunch of the ones that they didn't want, and I had another drawer with, like, I had 2 of the antennas and 3 of the hinge plates and 3 of the bricks, and the modified brick was the wrong one. The antenna was the wrong one, but the hinge plate was the same one. So I sent them a picture of that one. They said thank you. They took the other 2 out and processed the order.
Yeah, those are the flat top and the round top. That's a good one. That's a legitimate thing because the flat one is the modern one, the round one's the older one.
Right.
The clips, for the most part, to me, that there's so many slight variations, it's hard to really be worried about that. But then I can see with solid stud, open stud, where that would be a thing.
It would, if it's visible. If it's not visible, then it
But
shouldn't matter.
There are builds that you can't build with a solid. So he wanted the solid stud, but there are
wanted the
open
solid
studs
stud.
you can't build the build.
Yeah, it was probably going to be visible for him, but yeah. And then that. Okay, so this isn't on the list thing to talk about, but that's always a suggestion. I know you had talked about, and I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to get anybody mad, but you'd had some conversations about how we sort our parts, and we all sort our parts pretty much a part in an compartment. I have 2 compartments in each drawer, or I can make it one big compartment. And other sellers, for speed purposes, at least for sorting, will essentially dump a bag or whole groups of them just in a single drawer, and then they pick the parts out as they go. And something like this, where they're looking for specific parts, if I was organized like that, and I'm not saying they're wrong or I'm right, but if I was organized like that, I would have a hard time. Now I'm having to dig for all those parts. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It has to make the picking part be slightly or even greater, a lot greater time consuming.
Right. I think you said the right thing when you said you part your stuff out. You're usually doing something else. I'm watching TV.
Yeah. So I can't. I'm not thinking of it maybe from their perspective where time is money to them. So however much time they spend doing something, it's like you're on the clock.
Yeah.
I'm never on the clock.
Right. And that's a good point. I
never have to do anything, but it's not my livelihood. It's for these other people. It is.
It is. Yeah, and I guess that is a good point.
Is that how? Would that cause multiple listings at the same lot?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Which is and I got a lot of people that don't like that.
Yeah, that was the comment I left on that video. Is how would you do that and not have?
And so I don't know if I said this on the last time, but I took my shopping cart and I went to one of these stores and I auto selected the minimum. So I was like, if I needed 4 of something, I just picked one item. I need 4 of it. I ended up with like 400 in my shopping cart. All right.
Because if you pick 4 out of every lot.
It picked 4 out of every lot. Yeah.
Wow.
Even if the lot had 50 in it, it did 4. If the lot had 2 in it, it did 2. I'm like, so this is how they make more money. Yes, it's making easier for them to pick, but they're making these people that are buying, people that are not savvy, which to me, people that are buying strictly from the wanted list, they're probably
Right.
not the most savvy. I know that there are people that are experts that use the wanted list, but if you're just, because I get it in, I see people buying in my store all the time. They'll
I
buy
see it.
4 used and 4 new of the same part.
Yes. No, it happens in mine too. It's
Mhm.
usually never something like drastic like that, where because I don't have a lot of used parts in my store.
Yeah.
What happens for me when it comes to used parts is if I pull a bin of, like the other day, I just pulled a huge bin of 2x2 tan tiles, and I went onto the layout and I filled in some ballast on the train track, and I just pulled out of that as I went, right? And then when I got done, I counted what I had left, put them right back in the store, but I put them in as used, right?
Oh, yeah,
Technically,
yeah.
they're not used. They were never stuck to anything or whatever. But I scrubbied my hand in it a bunch of times and all that. So I was like, I don't feel comfortable with it. But now I have 2 kinds, right? I have tan 2x2 tiles that are what I call used, and some that are brand new out of a set. And I've seen people do that.
Yeah.
They'll get 4 new and 4 used. And I'm like, oh man. And
So-
I want to contact. I'm sorry. I want to contact them.
Well, in the like he's saying is, if you needed 50 of a 1x1, they might have 200 of them. But if it's spread out across so many lots, you're not going to go to that store because you're looking for the store that has 50 of them.
So it's bad for people like me who don't, like, I have a wanted list, but I pull up what's in that store in my wanted list and then I check them. I don't let it autofill.
Right. That's what I do.
And then, so for somebody like me, then I got to go and click a whole bunch of different things. For somebody that uses their wanted list, it's going to add all that stuff and they're going to buy more than what they want, which is great for the seller.
Right.
Bad for the buyer. I imagine there has to be people that get their orders and it's like, I didn't order this many.
Right.
They didn't double check their order.
Right. And then that's the part I feel like you go and they go back and they look and then they feel like they got cheated, but at the same time it's like, well, it is your mistake.
Yeah.
Check your order before you check out.
Yeah. And so the other thing, and the feedback tends to prove my thing. It's like you can't eliminate getting a neutral or negative.
Right.
Although I will say I've been selling and buying since 2001. I have 1 neutral.
Not bad.
And I really shouldn't even have it.
Right.
It's like, I think somebody got something that they weren't happy with. I was like, I would have sent you another. I would have given you money back and sent you one. But since you left me the feedback, okay, we're done. I'm done.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it was only a neutral. So but when you look at these people that have multiple lots of the same item and they have drawers with a bunch of different parts in them, what's going to happen?
There are too many parts.
No, they're going to make mistakes.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
When you got 20, 50 or more different items, it's like, and how do you know when you're putting parts away that you're not putting 2 parts that look very similar, but they're different parts?
I just can't imagine. I can't imagine somebody needing 3 1x1s and you got a drawer with 400 pieces in it.
And there's a 1x1 in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got to dig through that. So that's, and maybe it's not as bad as I'm imagining it for these stores, but go look at their feedback. Go look at them. It's like, and yes, they're doing order of magnitude more orders than we are.
Right.
But I don't know, man. 27 neutrals and 20 negatives, that's a lot, even if you're doing thousands of orders.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the other thing. I've watched a couple of these, and here we are turning into the Bricklink topic right here, but I've watched a couple of these guys that do, and these are bigger YouTubers or, for the Lego community. And it seems to me like they know and expect to get negative feedback, and
cost of doing business.
And I understand that, that happened, but I would never go in with the thought process of I'm going to have negative feedback. I'm going to go in and I'm going to do everybody as best of a deal as I can. I honestly about a month ago, I made a mistake. This guy ordered 30 pieces from me, and I know what I did. I got out 15, and I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, and then for whatever reason, I needed to count 15 more out because he said I got 15, I didn't get 30. I said they're in the mail today. You'll get
I did that too. I had somebody who they probably had 30 different lots, and half of them were 1s and 2s, and half of them were 10s and 12s, and one of the items was supposed to be 9, and I pulled 1 because
right.
It was like 4 or 5 in a row that were 1.
Yeah.
Right.
And he emailed me, said, I just got 1. I looked in the drawer. I'm like, you sure did. I'll have it in the mail Monday morning.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I've made, tons of mistakes. And people always, I don't think I've ever had anybody actually like be upset.
No, me neither.
They just, hey, I got my order. Everything was great, but I was supposed to get 20 of these and I only got 12.
I thought you had a problem with somebody from California who would it was short every time they ordered from you.
It was one of the Asian sellers going to like Oregon.
Okay.
They would place, they never gave me a problem, but they would have a 300 plus lot order, which is a pain to pick, but I'm not going to have lot limits.
Right.
Those are actually rare, those types of orders. So,
right.
He get 1,000 pieces, 300 lots. It'd be a $100 order or whatever. And we'd pack it. He'd have 6 pieces. He said he was missing this piece, this piece, this piece, and this piece. And I put all similar, he's got maybe 10 different parts in a bag when I bag. I'm not going to individually bag them, but all of the parts of a type would be in a bag. And after it's like, I do a lot of Bricklink orders. And why is it he is the only one that's ever, I'll have other people that are missing, but it's like every order. Mm-hmm. So we did an order, my wife and I, and we double checked it, the whole order. It was, again, like 300 lots. I said, we're going to make, and sure enough, like 5 pieces. I'm like, no, I know these pieces were not missing. It's just, you imagine getting 1,000 pieces and 300 lots, trying to figure out if you got everything. That would be hard. So I think he's just making a mistake in checking his parts off.
Right.
Well, I have a habit of when I'm building one of those mocks is I'll get the parts in, and then I'll just pull up the store that I ordered from and check them off the wanted list.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll dump all the parts in the bin. And then when I'm going to building, like the last one I did, I'm like, I think I was like 6 or 8 1x2 tiles short and 1 jumper short.
And do you not know if you were shorted or you just didn't order the right amount?
Right. So I'm not even going to go back and look for. I'm just not going to worry. It doesn't bother me that bad.
No, and I've been like, if I order 200 of something, I will never know if I was missing 2. I'll never know. I'm not counting them.
Right. I have the same thing. If there's a mistake in the order, it was an honest mistake, and I'm not fighting it. And the only thing that I would ever look at is if it was like I bought a $20 or $30 piece, and I have bought some more rare figures.
That reminds me, Clutch never refunded me
for
that motor. He said he was going to refund me, and he never did. But I don't care. I don't care. I just feel like I gave him a donation.
He'll make it good. All you gotta do is send him another email.
I'm not. The guy's. He. It wasn't intent. I think it was actually one of his consignment.
Yeah.
It's something he was selling for somebody else, and I'm like, I'm not. If he refunded me, it'd be him refunding me.
It would be him.
Yeah. Not the guy that originally had it. So I'm just like, I'm a big boy. I can handle a loss.
So. Let's talk about whatnot.
Okay.
I know you probably have mixed. So I was like, it don't make sense. I don't understand it. But then I saw this auction, so I just started watching it, and they had a giveaway. And believe it or not, I won the giveaway. And it was only a poly bag, but there was only like 40 or 50 something people in the show, and I won the giveaway. So this guy had sets, and he had used sets with no figs, and he had sets that were sealed, and he was basically starting everything off at about half of the going rate on eBay, pretty close. And almost every item would get up to the eBay price because all you need is 2 or 3 people watching to go back and forth, you know. So lo and behold, he does another giveaway and somebody else wins. So then he pulls up something and I bought a figure by mistake.
Oh no.
Because he had something like in the background and he would put the figures on it. And then I guess I wasn't paying attention and he changed it and he put a set in the background. It was just a little set, but I was like, man, that's cheap for $3. And then when I wanted, it said I want a minifig. So I'm like, oh, I didn't even know what minifig I want. So it was no big deal. So I just kept watching because I kept waiting for these sets, and he got tired and he ended up putting all these sets in this auction, and he started it at like $50. And he said, well, let's see where it goes. It had the Bat Cave. None of this had figures, but it had the Bat Cave. It had a tumbler, a smaller tumbler, the big Bat Cave, the vintage Bat Cave that had the helicopter in it and the Batmobile. I mean, it was probably 15 or 16 sets with no figs. It ended up going for like $180. It was a steal. And then I wanted, it was a steal because at worst case, you could have got that and just sorted them out as used and added them to your Bricklink store if you don't. And I didn't want to spend $200, so I just let it go. But then I wanted a second giveaway from it.
Oh wow!
It was like crazy. So then I started watching a few Whatnot auctions because a lot of them do run giveaways, and it's kind of like the gimmick to get you to stay in the show. And it's just small stuff.
You can't do Whatnot and not have give. I mean, it would not be a good idea to not have the giveaways. Yeah.
But I put in the show notes about these figures because you get in one show, like the one I was watching, and it would be like a $4 or $5 fig, and you get 2 people going. It would sell for $11 or $12. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it's like a common fig, and it was blowing.
Well, how does I got to find out from people that sell on Whatnot, like how is the shipping handled?
So I won 2 things from this guy, and I bought something. And when he shipped it, it all came in one box.
Okay.
But I only won the one auction, but I think if I would have won 3 auctions, I would have paid shipping 3 times.
And it still would have come in one box.
It still would have come in one box, but he only pays the shipping for the box, for the label that he prints. So Whatnot collects that was the gripe. So Whatnot charges you 3 shippings, but it only charges the seller 1 shipping from what I understand.
I don't know. I thought that it was like a price. Like if you're selling all like minifigures, you'd be like $4 for the first and $1 for each.
See, that's what I thought too. But people were winning multiple auctions, and when you get an email, it's like you pay for the.
No, you have to know when you win, you pay right then.
Yeah, it's automatic payment. So when you win the 3rd figure or the 2nd figure, you've already paid for the 1st figure plus the shipping. So I don't know how it keeps track of that because. So anyway, so then I go into these other rooms, and half of them are probably, I'm going to say 2/3, 3/4, 75% of the auctions are for figs. Yeah. That's all they do. And some of them are like clone figs, and they'll have like this
like
big
fake Lego clones or clone
like Republic Brick, Republic Bricks type clones.
Oh, like, okay.
You know, like they're like
fake Lego.
Yeah, or
pre-printed. They reprint them and
right. Yeah. So they'll sell one for like $30, and you that's what I'm saying. That's why I say the astronomical. And the gimmick is that you buy one and you pick a number, and the number might have it might just be the fig, or it might have a raffle ticket, and then has 10 raffle tickets, and then at the end of the show they raffle off a big set like a Millennium Falcon or a AT-AT or it's kind of like it seems, but I'm thinking like
Whatnot has to be making a ton of money for people that they get to be influencers for them.
But it's worth watching for the shows like the guy with the set that I told you about with the sets, because you could just kind of have it on in the background and keep an eye on it, and you'll see something you might want, and you never know, you might get it cheap. But
Most stuff I've seen, people are just paying way too much for stuff when I've watched Whatnot auctions.
so this is how you can sell your comic books.
Mhm.
I mean, laugh. I'm telling you, you set yourself up on Whatnot, and you just sell a priority, like a grab
Yeah, I
bag
thought about doing
priority
like a
box book.
$20 or 20 comic books will fit in a priority
Well,
mail
So you
envelope.
just do
That's $8
$20,
shipping.
yeah, $20 grab bag. Well, $20 grab bags,
Hmm.
and I guarantee you'll sell a ton of them. Especially if you give like a chaser, like here's
Right.
out of these 10, one
I
of
got
them's
these
gonna
20, and I'm going to throw this one in. And then
Yeah.
bidding, oh, I'll throw this one in now for this auction only.
Right. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does eBay allow the blind box stuff still? Is that still a thing?
Yeah. Yeah, you can sell.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I'm telling you, this Whatnot it's addicting.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're bidding them up, it seems to me like it's a time sink for both the buyer and the seller.
Well, that's the thing for me. It's like I have to prepare the time.
Yeah.
And in order to be effective, you want to, if you're going to have this, I'm going to be 6 o'clock Saturday, I'm going to be selling on Whatnot. Well, I better have stuff ready before then and let people kind of have it. You don't have to have a list of everything that you're going to be selling, but if you want people to be in your room or whatever they call it on Whatnot, you need to have they need to have an idea of what types of things are going to be available.
Well, yeah, and then a lot of them, they'll like pan around and they'll have everything on a desk. Tell me what you want to see, because they know if they put something nobody's interested in, nobody's going to bid on it.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I could
they'll
just
kind of
grab a box and I thought it'd be too time soon if I did each comic book in the lot. Like, this is one. I'm going to count up to 20, and then that's what's in there. All right, start the timer.
Yep.
No, yeah, because what you do is you start the timer, and if somebody bids, it like adds
to the timer. Yeah.
See, that's my thing. That's what I think eBay should do. But
Yeah.
No, kill the sniping. That's all I hate is the sniping
But I think you'll, like I said, half of them aren't worth it. But I actually bought something that I think you guys are going to be really interested in.
On Whatnot?
On what? And I bought it from this guy. Yeah, it was some kind of employee conference, and it was a grab bag, and it has an instruction manual in it. So it's basically like an employee gift.
Oh wow!
Thing. And I couldn't see a set number on it, but we'll see when I get it if the instruction manual has a set number on it.
So was this a conference for Lego employees?
That's what they said. So they weren't really 100% where it came from.
Oh, you might have got something, because there are a couple of these.
They're manager things.
Yes, the manager gifts.
See. I paid $11 for it.
Oh, it don't matter what it is. You did good.
Yeah. So we'll see when it comes in.
We'll see when it comes in. Yeah. I mean, the only reason that it wouldn't be good is if it was, an absolutely standard figure.
Yeah.
Or something. But yeah, a lot of that stuff had names and dates and things printed on it. And I know the zombie one,
ridiculous.
Yeah, they're crazy because they were not even. It wasn't even like everybody got them. There was just a few that got them.
Mm-hmm. But what's funny is this guy is a comic. It looks like their main deal is comic books. So they had a Comic Con in Vegas. So they had the show. I watched his show before they went to Vegas. And when they came back from Vegas, they advertised some of the stuff that they picked up at this Comic Con, these signed comics and everything.
Right.
So when they did that show, I actually asked when he was on a Lego show, so because I wanted that thing. And they only had like 18 people in here, and the books were going for like $5 to $10 a book. And I'm thinking it's a disaster because he's only got, he's got less than 20 people in there.
Yeah,
but
gotta have.
That's what I'm worried about with Whatnot.
Yeah. Okay, so did you have something else? Sorry.
No.
Just to bring it back to Lego.
What?
And not Whatnot. Of course, no. Whatnot is an interesting place to sell Lego. That's for sure. Anyway, I did not have a vault set in there, but I do have a vault set, and it ties into one of your other things that you put in there, Earl, about throwing out a bid and then winning it.
Yes. Have you ever? I thought about that.
Which ties
think-
into Whatnot. We were just talking
Yeah,
about.
it ties into Whatnot. But I won something on on eBay one time where, you throw the bid out there and you're like, oh, this will never win,
Right.
and it won. And it's like sometimes it's you don't want to pay that much, but you put the bid up because you don't think it. And sometimes it's you don't you know you're not going to pay as much as they want for it, and you get it for a steal. And
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so the set that I got, let me share. Well, all right, I can do this. All right, 6932.
Mm-hmm.
So I prove I got it
Run.
in a box. But let me share the screen so we can look at the details. Share that screen right there. Okay. So it's a Futron set. So monorail, right? Or it goes with the monorail. What do we got here? 251 pieces, 2 figs, which, yeah, 2 figs and a little vehicle. Says it's $650 new if you want to get one, and I'm assuming that's sealed. That's
Sealed.
also
it's
brick
got to
set,
be
not-
sealed.
yeah, and about $70 for a used one. And I'm going to say that may or may not be with a box of instructions. Let's say it's probably with instructions. So this was on eBay, and just the way I search, so I search. I don't look in categories, so like sets or whatever. I look at everything,
Yeah.
and I look at everything in North America. And this set was not in any normal Lego set thing. It was I don't remember what category it was in, but it was up there for like I think it was like a $19.99, one of those weird starting, and they wanted like $12 to ship it. And I put a $25 bid on it. I thought, that'll never sink. It'll go, and I'll be fine, and I'll be happy. Here it is.
Awesome.
But it ain't. Yeah, I got it for less than $40, which is I don't think it's bad. If all the pieces
No,
are-
I don't think so either.
Uh-uh.
Is that translucent windshield piece with the 200 on it? Is that a sticker or is that?
Well, let me get it out, and we will see. It appears to be printed. I see no.
Wow, I don't
Wow.
remember that. Is that exclusive to that set?
That's got to be.
I think it is. We can
Well,
look
what
that
is
up too.
So what does the 200 stand for?
I don't know. Oh, I'm not logged in.
So you show me something I don't recall seeing before. Star Defender 200 is what the set's called.
Yes, it came in that one set.
Oh wow! I wonder what that part is worth.
There's
There's a lot of them for sale. There's a lot of. Yeah,
That-
how is that not worth anything?
Yeah, I mean it goes
That's
to
crazy.
$1.50.
It's going to get
Yeah.
me into another one of my pet peeves. Rare. What is rare?
What is rare exactly? Yeah.
I haven't
Alright.
found anything since we started compiling the list.
Well,
That's got to be. I guarantee if there all of a sudden was a run on those pieces, they would.
Well, I was gonna say, everybody go out and buy this now because I got mine.
Just don't buy any tippers.
But
You know
I
that
was-
the number keeps going up on Bricklink. It's so disappointing.
The number?
The number of different lots available on Bricklink of the Part 818, the blue tipper. I've been
Oh.
trying to get it under 200. And I'll buy some lots, and then somebody will add, 5 people will add something. I'm like,
So that is okay. Let's
So
talk
how
about
much
that.
does-
Where
how
are they
much
coming
does-
from?
And how much does a tipper go for?
I try to get them for less than 50 cents.
Okay, so is there any chance that people look at something that's selling, so they just throw them on Bricklink because maybe they've had them?
I think
Just
it
have-
definitely happens on eBay because there are websites. Supposedly, there are websites that you can go to eBay, or maybe you can do it in eBay, see what past sales are, and if you see things selling, and then you're like, oh, I see that price has moved up. Then yeah, if you have one, you throw it on there, and then you kind of. But I don't know about Bricklink.
I don't either. I don't know how people come up with their prices sometimes because the two or three sellers that have more than 5 in the U.S. they're asking ridiculous prices for them. like $8.50, $6, stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Right.
see that one.
Even though I've bought a large number of the ones that have sold in the last 2 years, it's like the price still hasn't really gone up. The average price hasn't.
Well, yeah, that, I
And
mean,
it's not there's no demand. There's just one person getting them.
well, but the way Bricklink is set up too, if one person, yeah,
Yeah. That's so funny. I got another haul. I wonder what's in this envelope.
but there's nothing to change the price either. If nobody's adding them, and then you keep buying the cheapest ones,
If the people don't go and manually change their price, the prices will stay the same until somebody adds one and whatever they add it to. But as I buy them over time, because I'm buying a combination of quantity and price, like there's people that got them for 10 cents, but I haven't bought from them because they got one and they don't have anything else in their store.
right?
So I'm still going to pay $5 for it. So
Right.
I don't buy it. It's like, but so yeah, the 20 to 45 cent, that's where a lot of them are. But as all those go away, the average price of ones currently listed was going to go up.
Let me see. So that brings up an interesting point that.
So you're saying there's more of them that are at that higher price point than there is at the lower.
Yeah, because I buy the ones at the lower price point.
But even the ones where there's only ones and twosies in the store.
Well, the ones that are singles are where the low prices will be.
Okay,
but they're not selling at that price. Because I'm not buying them if they don't have anything else in their store.
Okay.
So it ends up like I'll pay $1 for one if they got other things in their store.
Yeah, Bricklink keeps track of both items for sale and items that have sold.
Mm-hmm. So even if the price is less, so this is where you get into the rare scenario, and I have seen this where the last 6 months sales average is higher than the current inventory.
Right.
That's usually it's the other way. Current inventory is higher than the last 6 months sales average.
Right.
All right, Joey, I'm going to try to send this to you I don't know if it. Hopefully
where are you sending it?
What you sending?
Where do you want me to send it? So in our lug, one of the guys, I say lug, it's not lug, it's our little local Facebook group. I don't know if you can be able to blow this up to even see it, but
you send it in the chat.
Hold on, because I might not be able to. Hold on. So he sent, what he did was he saw these. Let me see if I can find it again. He showed us like 5 or 6 figs that he put in his. So he put them in his. He was trying to use Bricklink. I'll just tell you, he was trying to use Bricklink to keep up with his own inventory of minifigures. Okay,
right.
So he put like 6 in his store, and then he put them at $1,000 a piece. Because he didn't want anybody to buy them.
Well, why did he put them in stockroom?
Because they're brand new. He was trying to figure out.
That explains the ridiculous prices.
So that's what I was getting at. So that would, if that blows up the price, it's like a false market. Just that one seller, would that one seller move it enough to where when somebody else, one of them is like a Toy Story Buzz Lightyear.
It depends on how many he had in the store, but it
He's
also
only got one. He put one of each, and he put them at $1,000 so nobody would buy them because.
So I think the guy that has it for $1. Is probably going to counterbalance that. You know what I'm saying? Because the price is going to be somewhere. Hopefully,
yeah, but that's still, if you take those two, that's $500.
No, you're right.
When I did the one of the first mosaics, when they had this new wave of one of the Star Wars,
I remember that.
Part had to pay like $1,300 or $1,400 because somebody had one of the parts at a ridiculous price, but there weren't that many listings. But the price is. As expected, it's come back down to earth.
Yeah. Seeing it,
I just wonder if people are doing that to overinflate prices on stuff.
That's why the 6 month sales average is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you should always really kind of be watching the 6 months. Yeah. So I was trying to think. Is that illegal? I mean, if you're trying to do it, right?
It can.
if you put it in your store for $1,000 because you don't want to sell it, and you don't have others that are cheaper.
I can only speak from experience, but when my store was closed, I put one 2x4 brick at $500, and they deleted my listing.
Did they?
Yes, they said it was against the terms of service, and I was like, "Come on, nobody's going to buy it. It was a joke."
Right.
But they have no sense of humor.
No, and the thing is I don't know which one it is. There's like Sarbanes-Oxley or something. I know that's not what that applies to here, but there's these laws that are like keep big corporations from doing stuff to artificially drive market prices and stuff. And I know the company that I work for worries about those things. I don't know at what level, and at the level I'm just in manufacturing, so I just hear and see memos and things that we can't do this, blah 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 blah. So I wonder if like Bricklink, who is in the United States, at some level has to kind of watch that. But you had brought something up interesting about Whatnot. They're giving away raffle tickets if you bought something, right?
So
how does that not become a half pot? Or
that's probably that buyer doing that. He probably is violating some terms of service.
But they all do it, and that's what. It's kind of hard to.
It's a roundabout way to kind of do gambling.
Yeah, because that's what it is. So I went on so this guy had telling you, he did 150 blind bags, and it was almost all of them were clone troopers, and it was I kept looking at these clone troopers thinking, and it was, these a person it's like a third party seller is what it is, and
he's just selling stuff that he paid 25 cents for.
And people were paying every one of them was going for $30, and out of the 150, they call them bangers. So there was probably 30 of them that would pull, and it would have the bonus. And then out of those 30 something, I think 10 of those had the drawing pull, and the drawing pull was for a big set. It was I don't remember what it was. It was a $350 set, but so it's kind of you're taking a chance to get a banger, and then plus, it's 10 people are going to get the big one, and 30 people are going to get it's worth it, and the other 100 people are going to get the clone fig that's
not worth it.
Well, on YouTube, you can't do a giveaway behind a paywall of memberships. You can't
members only giveaway.
You can't do a members only giveaway. And to me, somebody having to buy something to enter the giveaway, that's not right. Now, if you're doing you got 150 listings, and every 20th listing you're going to give one away, that's okay, because anybody can win it without entering, paying. But once you have this other giveaway that's at the end, and the only way you can get a ticket is to pay, it's kind of it's got to be violating something.
And I had understood it, and I don't know if it's still true or if they've worked it out or whatever, but even for them to say you got to subscribe and comment, that subscription I thought was also taboo.
I give up because I see so many mainstream
do it,
big YouTubers do it now, like Mr. Beast. I'm like, for years they said that I had Gleam Gleam giveaways deleted by YouTube because they removed the links and they took the videos down. It's they didn't give me a strike, but they said this is violating the terms of service. And I was like, they could enter the giveaway. They didn't have to subscribe. Right. That was just one of the things. You could get more points, but they said that's against the terms of service. So how is it that people can say you can only enter this giveaway if you subscribe if what I did was wrong?
Well, and then there's giveaways where it'll say enter the link, and then when you click the link, it's just like the Gleam. Like me on Facebook and get 2 entries. Follow me on Instagram and get 3 more entries. Suggest it to somebody and get 3 more entries. Those are all over YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the Gleam site.
It was Gleam. And that's what, it's like somebody could just, all they had to do is their email and they're entered. All right. But if they wanted more entries, they could do those other things. But it's like the whole liking the video and subscribing, that's false engagement. And that's like, it should, all those people that have done those giveaways should be getting strikes.
Right. Right. No, I agree.
Or community guidelines violations.
Yep.
But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading the terms of service wrong. Not that anybody reads them.
I was going to say, if you've read the terms of service, good on you.
I watched videos by YouTube
Right,
that said
right,
you cannot
right,
do a giveaway and require people to subscribe. And
that is still their policy, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't. Well, unless it's changed in the last.
Well, I mean, they could change it today.
But like I say, if they're not going to go after Mr. Beast, then they better not go after anybody.
Yeah, I see his, and everybody that watches this video gets $1,000. I ain't got mine yet. Of course, I didn't.
Okay, so those are scams.
Well, yeah, they're ads too.
And
yeah.
like, how YouTube? It's your platform.
How do you?
Your platform. You're putting these ads on here.
Yeah.
They're scams.
Yeah.
How's YouTube not? It's not Mr. There's nothing Mr. Beast can do.
Right.
And yet I see these ads all the time. Everybody
YouTube has the ability to control that.
Huh?
YouTube has the ability to.
Yeah, they do. And Mr. Beast has spoken out against it, and other big YouTubers have, and yet it still happens. I just saw one yesterday.
Oh, I bet if I flip over to my YouTube homepage right now, there'll be some kind of something that will. Well, guess what? I was wrong. It actually it didn't recommend any ad. Usually that top left corner one will be something. And
I just need to get in shape so I stop getting those stupid ads from that guy that doesn't like to wear a shirt and thinks he's the best fitness guy in the world.
Good luck. Not getting the ads anyway. You can get in shape. I'm not saying that.
I just want to. If ever there was somebody I'm against violence. But sometimes I just want to punch somebody.
Well, just be careful punching a drywall wall, because sometimes there's a stud behind there. So, new sets? Anything anybody excited about? New prices?
No, I actually saw Jabo's. I don't remember. I guess when you talked about it, was it yesterday or today? Before your little pre-pod stream. But I think the amount of sets and the price points is starting to be a turnoff to where it's like, yeah, I would like that set, but I'm not paying that much for it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I want the castle.
Right.
But there's not been a sufficient incentive for me to buy it. Then when I have LAN members posting on their social media, oh, you can use 100 VIP points to get $25 or $30 off the castle. I'm like, okay, you're using people that got it for free to incentivize me supposedly to get it for less discount than what the tax is going to be on it.
Right. Yeah.
So there's so much. It's like I said at the beginning, it's like I just rather just stop buying it.
Oh, inflation is inflation. Things are going to go up. That's just part of it. It's life. It's business. It's whatever. But I think the biggest problem for me right now is that there seems to be a step increase in the size and expense of some of these sets. We're now, a lot of sets are always $300-$400, $500, $600, $700 sets. And that's fine. I think it's fine for them to have them, but it seems like we're missing some of this. I don't know, maybe I'm just not interested in the
where's the good
Mm-hmm.
more affordable sets.
Right.
I think I'm done. I'm down to where like the only sets I want now cost over $200.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm like, where's a good $100 train set or $50? Even a $50 set. Where do the $50 sets go?
No, they have good figs in them. And then you look at the builds and you're like, eh.
So Shy Time quoted Kevin Hinkle the other day. Did you see that? And you know it, and they're right. Shy Time's speaking truth. Kevin Hinkle was speaking truth. The reason that these are getting this way is because we keep buying them.
Mm-hmm. What's
that's
the
break somewhere online?
I think we got a lot of speculators. We got more speculators, which keep the set selling.
Yes. And don't think Lego don't know that. Boy, that was some good English there. They know there's a certain amount of people who are going to buy. I got a pointer in my hand. I need to put that down.
I got a screwdriver.
There you go.
I'll grab a box cutter.
We'll fix this job.
Yeah.
Okay.
They know there's a certain amount of that people are buying and for whatever reason they're speculating, they're hoarding, they're whatever they're doing. So they're going to keep that going too. But eventually those people are going to be the ones that are going to be hurting in a few years when they try to unload those, I think.
Well, okay, so there's a little sweet spot of I don't know what year it started to when, but there's these sets that just got this astronomical value in the aftermarket. Like Cafe Corner, Greengrocer, those types of sets where they're just like very sought after. There's a lot of people trying to piece them together, that type of thing. And so people speculate on these next wave, what's going to be something they can hold on to a few years and then sell it for $1,000 down the road, which people have done that forever.
Right.
More so in the eBay generation. The 2000s. I think that's why some of these 2000 sets, I'm like, it is so weird to me that you're going to pay like $500 for a set that came out 2 years ago or was discontinued 2 years ago, but I can still go get all my vintage sets for less than $100.
Right. Right.
Yes, they're a lot smaller, but it's like,
you remember when we did the Joey did piece together the Spider-Man never released set, and then I went and bought the minifig, and then I also bought the Subway Doc Ock set. It's got the gray train track and the Subway. I paid like $35 for that set. That set now is like $150 to $200. It's crazy.
Well, one of my wanted list items is a set from 1969. It's the electronic train.
Right.
And I've had it in my cart in various stores from prices between $400 and $600. And I just I can't pull the trigger on it because that's, to me, that's a lot of money for a small set. But it's truly rare compared to what people call rare these days. But then I look at the castle and I was like, which one would I rather have? The gigantic $400 castle or the tiny rare set that I've always wanted is $400 to $500? Which one do you think I would rather spend the money on?
The tiny set.
Yes. And I'm actually surprised that you haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. But
I think if I stopped buying new sets.
Well, how many of us get caught in the trap of we're going to buy a new set? We're going to buy a new set just so we can go do a video for it because we're mildly interested in it. Right?
Well, I don't do this.
Okay.
I don't anymore.
But you have been there.
I've done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do it. I mean, anything I buy from Lego, I typically have either got a couple different. I was looking around just to see if I can prove myself wrong, but I typically have some sort of interest in it, either vague or whatever, or if it's for the grandson, or something that I think he's going to be interested in. Or Heather pulls in some things every once in a while. She'll say, "Oh, I like this Disney theme, or this or that," and I'll pull some of those things in. Now, sometimes she builds the stuff, sometimes she doesn't, whatever. But I have yet to actually pull the trigger on a brand new Lego set, first day type thing, just so I could do a video because I don't do my
Yeah.
YouTube channel that way.
No,
I-
not yeah.
You can't do
there's
that
sets
anymore
I
either.
knew that
I
I
don't think you
wanted,
can. You're right.
like
make
the DeLorean,
Mm-hmm.
the piano. I really wanted the piano,
Mhm.
so I went day one and picked it up. But no, generally, I'm not thinking of picking it up day one because to do a video, or
Yeah.
even because I want the set.
Right.
And I guess
Batman Batmobile was probably the most important one to get early.
probably about 8 years ago, people were doing that, like Jang, and had got to be first, and he would buy sets from overseas to have them so he could do a video. But now with the land, I mean, you can't get a video out. As soon as it goes public, they're doing a video on it.
Well, and
Somebody,
it buries anybody else that's not Jang, like people that are giving honest reviews like Jang. It just kind of buries their videos under all those others.
Did you
Right.
see Alex's video about the pricing?
I haven't watched any of.
I
his
haven't watched that one
videos.
yet.
Well, let me tell you, he's like
He's trying to get himself kicked out of the land.
he is brutally honest.
That's
and then
good.
At the very end of the video, I don't know if he really thought he's like when I say brutal, I mean he's not like crucifying him, but he is like
No, he's
I think
honest.
This is $50 overpriced, and this I don't think it's worth this. And then at the end, he says, "Well, I'm not saying anything bad about Lego. It is a great product." It's like, yeah, but it's like, hey, but he was completely honest up until then, so he hasn't changed his views.
That's good.
No, but one of the things that I think that kind of may have changed with him a little bit. I agree 100% with what you're saying. He has been upfront, honest. Hey, these are sets Lego sent me. Here's what I think. But I think he's doing sets now
He wouldn't have bought otherwise.
Oh,
exactly.
I agree. He even said in the pricing video that what set is it? There's one set that they gave him that he wouldn't buy, and there's another set that he wants, but he's not going to pay for it. Because he thinks it's overpriced by like $50. And the globe. The globe price went up, and he said he had it in his cart and he went to buy it, but he put it in his cart on one day, and like when he went to buy it a few days later, the price increase hit his cart.
Ooh.
And he said he's not going to buy it because he's not going to pay that price for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, good for you.
Yeah.
On this type of video, good for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wish we could get him. We could work out the logistics to get him.
Yeah, we'll have to do it on a Tuesday.
But-
To get him on, we'll have to do it on a Tuesday.
Why is it that Lego only sends the high dollar stuff to people? That you don't see them getting like 20 city sets to review, or
because somebody on YouTube will do it for free for him.
Yeah, so I just it's only the exclusives. It's the one that ticked me off, and I'm sorry if I'm going down the same path I've been before, but when they sent Lego house gifts, and I think I ruined that for everybody by making a big stink about it, because I sent emails to Lego house. I'm like, they say you can only pick it up at the Lego house. I said that's not true.
Right.
You sent it to these YouTubers.
Right.
I was like, that's not fair. It's not fair to send it to people that didn't have to spend $3,000 to go to your Lego house. And I was like, they haven't done it since. They haven't sent those. I'm hoping I ruined that for everybody.
So speaking of exclusives, have you seen the new Bricktober exclusives?
I've seen the Chinese writing on it.
Yes, they Jabo, you're gonna buy them. You're gonna buy them, Jabo.
They're not They're not Halloween related.
No,
right?
they're like the.
If I can find a picture of them.
Are they more of the diorama type little thing?
Yeah.
No, they're these.
Yeah.
And there's 4 different ones of these, but they're 4 different themes.
Okay.
I was just saying they were themes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but where can you get? What are these like Toys R Us Bricktober?
Yeah, I think it's like that.
I don't live in Canada.
Yeah,
or Japan.
What was those things you bought? The little amusement rides?
Yeah, they're amusement park rides. I'm missing one.
They're like that's why I'm saying you're going to buy them if you come across them, because They're very nice. If you can find
Here,
the picture.
I got the picture. Let me hang on. I'm gonna have to move this so I don't get the crazy. All right, share behind the scenes. Watch Joey struggle with his computer. So yeah, you got a little spaceship, a little pirate ship.
You got a pirate.
Actually, the kid on the unicorn thing, that's kind of
So
because that to me that's kids, right? That's
you got
Where's this Black
space.
Falcons one at? I don't see it. I see a
Black.
girl holding a Black Falcon shield, but I don't see a set.
Yeah, up in there.
So you got the castle.
Oh, there it is. It's the dragon. I see
The
it.
dragon's the castle.
There it is.
You got classic space. You got the pirates, and then what would the other?
Creator.
That's
Creator.
I don't really need that one.
But it's interesting.
I mean, if I had a Toys R Us,
close, yeah.
I would, but I'm not going to pay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I forgot what I was thinking. I'm burned out.
Yeah,
I'm not buying any more Lego.
Yeah. Well, I'm burned out on the big sets. You saw the new, not that I buy the UCS sets, but the new Razor Crest.
Oh, $600
something.
Which, it's not a bad set. I mean, I don't not like it, but I'm like,
well,
no, how are they pumping out so many $500-$600 sets? How is it?
I don't know. It's crazy. I'll probably go back into this mode of only buying things that are either for my city. I didn't say layout, either for the city or the CMFs or some of those themes that I like to collect, and just not break out into anything new. The ones that'll hurt me is the stupid modulars just keep getting better.
I'll try to continue to buy the modulars. I'll buy the Marvel sets that I like.
Yeah. So do you think Lego has figured out that instead of trying to get 1 million people to buy 1 million sets, they're just trying to get 1,000 people to buy 1,000 sets?
I think what it is they still no, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Buy less bigger sets sold at a higher point price.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is what we see, and we're fixated because we're adult collectors. We see all these big sets, things that are great looking, great sets, expensive sets. Maybe they're worth it, maybe they're not, as far as the whatever metric you want to use to say their value, part price or whatever. But I think what we miss, the three of us and the adult collectors, the AFoOLs and A.F.o.O.Ls, is that they're just sitting out there selling tons and tons of these $20 and $30 city sets and all the smaller ones to all the kids and the parents of these kids. Because how many times have you heard a Lego store employee say that you guys come in at the first of the month, buy the big sets, then we don't see you for another month? But all the parents are here every day.
Yeah,
and they're just buying $5 minifigures.
Have you ever been down a Walmart aisle and you see somebody buying something for a birthday present or buying something for a kid in the buggy, and you just kind of just shaking your head like,
right?
I wouldn't buy that one.
Yeah, right. That's worth the value. What are you talking about?
I wouldn't pay that much for that one.
Yeah,
but it goes. I think Lego's playing both ends. They have to as a corporation.
Yeah.
They got to know what they're.
Well, it's unfortunate for us. I think they figured out that there's probably a certain percentage of the buyers that are actually collectors or resellers or adults. Mm-hmm. So that has become a big percentage of their target audience.
Mm-hmm. And I think the thing that I miss is the specialness.
Yeah.
Of stuff when you like when the what year was it the Dino theme came out? Was it 2010, 2012?
Yeah.
Not the Dino Attack, the one after that.
Let me get the card game out and see if I can find it. What were those called? The Dino.
I think it was just 2012.
It might have been.
I looked it up. I can't even remember. 5885 is one of them, I think. Let me look. Yeah, so that set came as Triceratops Trapper. That came out in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the dino. It was the dino theme, 2012. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets,
Okay.
and none of them were $200.
No.
And I loved that theme. To me, that was like I'm getting Jurassic Park without Jurassic Park,
Right.
but they get the colors. I thoroughly loved collecting that theme.
Right.
And I went back because I had missed some of the dino themes in the early 2000s when they were on shelves. I went back and bought those. Yeah, these 7 sets. And the rarest one there is what's gone now.
I picked the wrong one. Sorry. That one?
That's the one I pulled up from memory, 585. But let's see, which one of these is the rarest one? It's the I want to say it's the Ocean Interceptor with the usually the pterodactyl pteranodon ones are like the worst ones. That one was the rarest one, but it has the least interesting dinosaur.
Well, yeah.
That's $30 retail maybe.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, I closed it.
No. So what do you think the retail on that would be today?
Oh, these were. I'm sure these are be very expensive to go back because I know a friend of mine. Their son, he was probably like 6, 7 when these came out, and he loved getting. She got the his mom bought the Dino Defense Headquarters, the big one.
Yeah.
Right before the price spiked on them, so she paid more than the retail, but it was still a lot. And it's to me this is more special than the Jurassic World sets that we just got. I haven't built any of them.
The Jurassic World.
Yeah, but I'm a dino collector.
Right.
And now I'm like, maybe I don't need to be a dino collector.
I think you got to collect it. Yeah, they make it hard for you to be a dino collector because they put out these.
They put 20 sets, 20 Jurassic Park sets. They don't really care about.
It's not only that, because of the plastic molding for the dinosaurs or some of the big pieces, like on that Jeep, they might have two. A 400-piece set will cost you $99.99.
Right.
And this theme here, another thing about it is it was better dinosaurs than what we got in the Dino Attack, Dino 2010 sets and the original Dino theme from like 2000. The ones that were in the
they were more brick built, weren't they? I mean,
yeah, well, the first Jurassic Park 3 set, they're terrible. Those dinosaurs. Yeah. But I would rather collect that. But as a kid going in the store and seeing the sets and like I can't afford that. So I had that's why I have the nostalgia for the vintage stuff. It's like I go back and get those sets I couldn't get as a kid. They are still affordable to get now, 50 years later.
Right.
and it's like I don't know. Am I just getting old, and that the new stuff doesn't have that specialness that things even from 10 years ago?
I think there's definitely a generational thing. It's going to have to trigger something, either a nostalgic or something that's going on currently in your life that will want to purchase those bigger things. I know with what's going on in my life right now, I have kind of got to the point where it's like I'm kind of dealing with some of my dad's stuff.
Yeah.
And all the mass 70 years of collecting that he's gone through, because he's like me, he's a hoarder of stuff. And at some point, me and my sister is going to have to deal with that. And I'm like, I've kind of stopped, especially here in the last couple months, and went, what am I getting ready to leave Dakota? and it needs to be a value to him, but it can't be a mess that he has to deal with, right? So interesting thing.
Yeah, I've created that problem for my family.
And you know, so I'm okay with that. It's not my problem, whatever. But I do think at this point, at my 50 years of age, 55 something years old, whatever, I'm ready to start kind of. I don't want to bring this podcast down. Start kind of deciding, yeah, what am I buying? Why am I buying it? And if I'm not going to sell it in my lifetime because I think it's going to be worth something, will it? And you know, so I'm getting picky, I guess is what I'm saying. You're getting tired. I'm getting picky.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Earl.
I'm starting to think about should I start opening boxes and saying, okay, this box has 15 sets in it. Maybe there's only 2 of them that I want. I need to go ahead and sell the other 10 or 12 because it's not that I'm ever going to do anything with it. Why not start thinning it out now? I don't have to have all these boxes full of boxes.
So there's another parallel to the same thing. Barbie. Okay, so everything before 72, I think. And I only know this because my dad collected some.
He collected Barbies too.
Well, he didn't collect Barbies, but he would collect specific ones. It was an interesting, you know, if it was something that was interesting at the time or whatever. But so, like in 72 or somewhere in that neighborhood, they started mass producing. So everything prior to that, there may have been a run of 10,000 of them, but after that, their minimum run would have been like 100,000. You know, and I'm just giving numbers just to show a difference. I don't know what the real numbers were, but the whole Barbie marketplace, there's so many people that have collected it that it is, yes, it's expensive, but the value has kind of arced over that stuff. Also, the people who were of that age that collected it are getting older. So the older stuff is, you're going to pay a premium for older stuff, but what you're going to buy, like this set here, a real true collector, you know, they were not going to be happy about that, right? It's been open. They're going to pay that premium for a mint box, and hopefully everything in it is mint.
And over time, there's less mint boxes.
There are, and that's what holds those upper echelon prices. But you can go to a flea market, and a Barbie dealer will have, you know, they may have like 10 or 15 that are at these really high prices, but then there's going to be like hundreds of these $5 ones, you know. And I think as we age, we change. That's my point.
You know, I thought today when I opened the Venetian house.
Do you really want it?
It's a really, really nice set. I want to build it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a long time before I build it. So I was like, man, this thing I could sell it on eBay today and make like $200 off of it.
Yeah.
Is that the right thing to do? Or is it just leave it, try to keep it in good condition? So, and then if I don't build it for 3 or 4 years, do I even want to open it 3 or 4 years from now?
Yeah. So, you know, when I started the internet.
You started the internet? How
I got on the internet. When I got on the internet, I should say, I'm not Al Gore. Yeah, I'm not
Al Gore.
Yeah, he was like 4 when he invented the internet, apparently. So, the late 90s, and then I discovered and this is all on dial-up, you know, you discover the Usenet or whatever they call it, rec.toys.lego, and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's people like me out there that have old stuff or have been trying to get old sets and they don't know where to find them. And so we were, you trade or buy stuff from people. And what was my point in all this? I'm getting old. Oh, so I discovered websites, that have information about Lego. Ben, he doesn't have his website. I wish he hadn't taken it down, but he had pictures of his train sets that he had. And so I learned from people like that. And then the North Georgia Lego Train Club had a website, and that, they were the website that did when the Santa Fe train came out. That's where they had a registry on there where you could put what tile number you had.
Oh, nice.
Now, that's gone now.
Oh.
Yeah, there were only like maybe 1,000 people of the 10,000, or how many were those made? 5,000 or 10,000?
I
think it was 10,000. I think they made 10,000 of it. but that website's gone. Now there are still a few websites that exist. I don't know how well maintained they are, but Lugnet and Puron. And so those were the websites where I first discovered set inventory. So like if you were piecing together a set, you could, okay, these are all the parts. Because used to, the way you did it, you got the instruction manual out and you tried to build it.
Right.
So they didn't have these lists of the parts that came in the set. And so Puron, there's the vintage stuff, there's so much of it was put in by a guy named John Patterson, who's exactly 20 years older than me.
Oh, my.
Not exactly, but he's, he's 20 years older. And so he had done a lot of those things, and I got a lot of information from him. Well, when he got in his 60s, he started selling everything. He sold everything. And I was probably the last person to buy from him. He had just like random lot of vintage things. He just put it all in one lot on eBay, and I bought it. And it's like he just like, he was like me, heavily collecting, interested in all this old Lego, but he got to a certain point in his life and he's like, I don't need this stuff anymore. And I'm getting close to that age.
No, we are.
I still love this stuff, and I still like certain things, but I'm like, I can't like everything. I can't be that guy anymore that collects. It has the perception that I collect everything.
No, we have to. We're being selective, and in whatever, our boomer ageness or the fact that Lego is trying to bankrupt us, whichever one it is, or
they have.
Look, I'm not going to give up my Lego City. I'm not going to give up what but I am going to slow down. The new stuff is going to have to be something spectacular for me to buy.
Okay,
you know what I mean.
You did. You see my flowers? Can you see those?
I do. Yeah.
Those
are awesome.
And it's like, it's one of those things where those are the sets that I've enjoyed building this year. And I would have never, I was like,
never thought that.
Yeah, I never thought that would happen. Yeah. And so I'm going to have some of them up. I got some shelves I'm going to put up, and I'll have some of them on the wall back there when I get around to it. But I haven't built a lot of things this year, but I did enjoy it. I haven't even built the train. What is wrong with me? I haven't built either one of the trains.
I know. That's what's crazy is you haven't built a train, but yet you had to buy it from Zevia
to get it early. Actually, I got it at a cheaper price than what Lego was selling it for. So yeah, and free shipping. So
I have the same thing. I have not built the Galaxy Explorer, which is a set that I very, very much want because Classic Space is still my, trains and Classic Space. I mean, those are two of my biggest Lego passions. And
since I started building this Sid complex, I get interested in. I can buy the plans for that. It's not a traditional Lego set. It's you build a mock from this set. Or the last one I built, which is actually just bought the plans and started from scratch. And it's fun to just hunt the pieces. You go to the you go to the Bricklink store, you're hunting pieces, just like when you're completing. It's fun to. And so that last one I did. I don't want to give a spoiler alert to you, Joey, because you haven't watched it yet.
Fine.
But I
was trying to figure it out. I wasn't familiar with the show, so I didn't guess it.
I kept up with the hauls, so I filmed the hauls as the 1 or 2 Bricklink packages came in.
Right.
So the video, and I said the date. Here's 2 packages, and then the next date I would do 2 more packages. So the packages were like a week apart, a couple days apart. So when I get all the way to the end, then I actually built it, and then at the end of the video I revealed it. But it's kind of like it goes over a span. So I've got all these big sets that I want to build, but as soon as I got all those parts together, I built that.
That's what it's like when I pieced together that Ninjago City docks. It was the same experience. I thoroughly enjoyed piecing, even though it was monotonous to get all the pieces.
Yeah.
I enjoyed piecing together the Eiffel Tower.
Are you getting a new one?
Oh no. Well, see, I'm gonna agree with you. Parting out while he's doing that.
Yeah.
I enjoy parting them together too. I've done several of these where I bought
Yeah.
a box or an instruction for a set, or maybe just half the pieces, and then I start piecing all together. But then these are all just pieces that I'm buying that are spec for the daylight, right?
Oh, you don't even know for sure what you're gonna need.
No, because
Yeah.
I'm not even done building
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, but
And
see,
I know
that's
I'm going to need cars and
right.
stuff.
But you're building an actual mock, so
Yeah.
I'm talking about like you buy,
yeah.
I make
Yeah.
my wanted list, I pull from my store, and then I go start shopping for parts.
But
I
to
don't-
me, it's become more fun.
I wish I could record things the way I did things before YouTube existed. I wish there was footage of what the Lego world was like
Mhm.
before 2007, 2010, really, because the way I did things with my collection, there's still similar things, but I was enjoying like buying these bulk lots and trying to complete a set. When somebody for Bricks and Giggles, she buys a lot of vintage stuff and she pieces together. I'm like, how did she get the Black Monarch's castle or whatever that was? It's like
Right.
the King's Mountain. I'm like,
I did. You're right. I did that with a buddy of mine. He does. He has an estate center, and they used to do estate sales. And one time, he brought me this big tote. I don't know if you remember. I sent you some pictures of some parts and said, "Do you know what this part is?" And
oh,
you would tell me that was in these two sets, and I started digging, and I was piecing sets together from a tote just based on a couple unique pieces. And it's a
so I'm
lot more
thinking I enjoy
enjoyable.
that part of the hobby more than buying the newest set. I'd rather wait till the new set is old and then try to piece it together. I guess that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think what it is for us is the FOMO is starting to wear away, or at least it is for me. I don't fear to miss out as much as I used to. There's a time there that was really high, right?
Yeah.
Especially that time that you love. Joey's got to buy one to build and one to put away, right? And the FOMO there, I could tell you, was really, really high. I don't have that as bad anymore. But I also tinker more with the mock side of it. It always seems like there's distinct piles that you put your Lego people in, right?
Mhm.
Box collectors, set collectors, mock builders, whatever, all these different things. And I've kind of had my foot in several of them. And right now, I'm kind of enjoying just building trains that my grandson says, "Well, build me this one." All right, let's build it.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That's fine. I like it. It doesn't mean I don't like Lego. Just
and you can stop buying Lego, Jabo. It's pretty easy because now when you do a haul, you can just say, "Well, this is Tippers and this is from Milo." I promise you, this one's from Milo.
I did not buy that for myself, right? I have my new excuse.
oh, that'll get you back into it. Trust me.
I want to, I don't know, like, I'm sure the videos that I do aren't things that favor the algorithm, but I want to do more videos like that last one I did with the Duplo set and the Elvis set. I actually enjoyed making the video, and it was totally unplanned, unscripted, and it's just what happened. What happened.
Well, yeah, because there's a couple different. Okay, so the world has changed, right, since you started doing YouTube, and when I started coming in here pretending to be the Jabo Junior YouTuber or whatever, but because my YouTube channel looks like yours, and I fully admit that, but everybody, that's kind of where people are now. Is this? They're just everybody's just talking to a screen or watching a screen anymore. I know Heather watches some of these things too, not Lego related stuff, but it's just people talking. And I'm listening to them and I think, what are you guys talking about? Nothing. You know, it's a
Well,
subject. They're talking about subject, but it's just
there's a lot of the TikTok style of editing is the thing that gets the real growth. And I tried to, like, my wife will send me a TikTok of something funny, and then I'll have to go through and make sure I go search Lego TikTok so I don't start getting recommended other stuff that I want to watch. TikTok's very dangerous.
It's very bad.
And I just like I don't think I'd want, if I had teenagers, I don't think I would want them on TikTok because you can get into a bad space so quickly, not even intending it. And I'm like, what just happened? And anyway, that's not what my point was. I'll do, like, I'll type in rare Lego. All right. And then I get all these 18-year-old kids doing TikToks on rare Lego pieces. I'm like, that's not rare. No, it's not rare. It's expensive. It's expensive. It's not rare. Because you got one, this other guy's got one, he's got one, they got one. And so it's like, wait, I should do TikToks like that. Like, but if I show something that's truly rare, ain't nobody's gonna watch it. Nobody's gonna watch it.
Well, it's time for a rare red 2x4.
That's what I should. You know what?
YouTube short / TikTok.
There you go.
TikTok. You just need to blow up TikTok with a rare YouTube, or rare 2x4 brick,
And then you could at the end of the video in big print, you could put "He's back." You know what? Cool,
I should make TikToks and see if I can get somebody to get people to just start thinking I'm stupid, which that shouldn't be too hard.
You know what would be neat is Jacob now at his age, if y'all kind of watch that video a couple times and try to recreate it.
Oh, like to do the pictures?
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Just to recreate that video as you two are now.
Like the Lego Haul number 4?
Yeah. Look, a super rare 2x4.
Yeah, Jacob. Rare, very rare.
With your certificate of authenticity.
The thing is, there's so many people watching this right now, and this is so inside baseball to them that they have no idea what's going on.
So for those of you that maybe have stumbled across this and managed to watch it for an hour and 30 minutes or whatever it is after the edit, we some of us actually been making videos for a while. Been on YouTube for a number of years. We're not catching the hype train and just starting here.
Right.
Well, when did you upload your first video? Do you know the date of your first upload?
Where can I find that?
It's Sort Your Videos by Oldest. And then let me see if it works on mobile. Let me do mine. You know that I got a thing from YouTube congratulating me on one of my anniversaries of my first video. I'm like, that's not when I posted my first video, because they did an algorithm or a analytics change
8 years ago.
Really? So it'd be 2013 or 14.
Let's see. Does it have it? It just says 8 years ago.
Click on the video. It should have the exact date it was posted.
All right.
Apartments.com makes searching so easy.
You got to get through the ad, of course. It just says 8 years ago. Huh.
Oh, I don't see the option anymore. Long. I guess you have to do it on the computer.
I just did it on my computer. Yeah. You could do it there.
It used to, I could sort by oldest, and they took that away. They just got popular and recently uploaded now.
Nice. Well, you can sort by oldest. I'm on the iPad.
You have to go to the website.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm looking.
Can't do it from the app.
So my first video on BrickTsar was December 5th, 2012. The first upload ever, April 18th, 2008.
Wow.
And it's 14 years ago. Over 14 years ago. But my first Lego video was 2009.
2009.
I got to tell you, my daughter is so impressed that I do this podcast with you two because Jabo has over 60,000 subscribers. And she's like, you know how awesome that is? I said, yeah, it is pretty cool.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm glad you said that. So I'm sorry I'm long-winded tonight, but I'm going to do a video on my other channel talking about numbers because I think people have a misunderstanding of what your subscriber number means for your views
Mm,
and how when you grow, as you grow, like, my Joseph Olson channel, I get more views on the recent videos for the most part, especially if I mention them, than I have the number of subscribers.
right.
But
But you
that will,
should.
and if I make one video a week, it will grow. If I make the videos in the style of the eBay video, that channel will grow. But at a certain point, so YouTube's like, hey man, you're getting more views than subscribers. So we're going to keep pumping out your videos. And at a
Right.
certain point, that's going to catch up and you're going to have more subscribers than views. And it's like, well, not all your subscribers are watching your videos. So we're going to stop recommending them.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when if you get 1 million subscribers and you're not on the trending topics, that's actually harming your channel.
Right.
Hmm.
I don't worry about I
So
don't worry about the analytics.
No, and that's the best way. That's the best way to do it. Is to not worry about it.
Well, Earl, I see you have the iPad. There's a lot
Yeah.
of comments. And here's the thing we'll have to discuss at some point if we even want to broach it. But we're getting comments now on older podcasts.
Oh,
yeah. So
you know what? At a certain point,
yeah,
it
you got
becomes unreasonable to read every comment.
does.
So maybe we
Yeah.
should pick comment. Maybe we each should pick like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Or
I agree.
If some of those older video comments come up,
That are
maybe
good.
you can pin them, and then you can, you could say on podcast
drop
40
them into
something.
drop them
copy them
into the show notes.
Yeah.
We have show notes. Believe it or not, people. We are totally unprepared on paper.
I had go ahead.
Okay, so battery powered bricks. I like
Definitely.
using Mills plates for builds that go on my shelves. I can build them on my desk, move them around easily. I run wires and motors or lighting between the layers, and like Joey said, you can add streams or other small elevation changes easily. It adds a bit to the cost, but it's well worth it. It makes sense to me now if you're doing wires or motors, and that makes I get that.
Yeah,
I like battery powered bricks because he's smart and he does a good job of explaining things, and he doesn't try to be he does it like we're talking here. It's not
Right.
like I got to do quick editing, paste, and he just talks about what he's doing. He shows you, and he's I like his,
and I think
his style.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to start adopting that style more. I think that's kind of the same style you're talking about adopting versus doing the more. I like to do the evergreen ones where I'm doing I don't call them set reviews, but like a show and tell. But I think it's easier to do them the way you're talking, and they're interesting. So carry on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's okay. I do miss the old Jabo reviews.
Yeah, you ain't done one of those like that.
I mean, it's like, and this guy, he can't.
I did the scalar review.
Yeah.
Well,
your reviews are unique because it's like you go from pointing out the obvious to pointing out I can't believe this doesn't work. Like the Toy Story remote control car. This thing is falling apart 5 times.
The garbage truck.
Yeah.
All right, I'll start back. You've convinced me.
Jude. Hey, Earl, Jabo, and Joey, and other good ones. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Jude.
Yep.
Keel or Kyle? Kyle, right? Kyle Jones?
I always want to say Kyle.
I always want to say Kyle too, but it looks like Keel.
Keel.
Maybe it's Kel. I'm wondering what Joey thinks of BrickTsar acquiring all of the blue track. Or maybe Joey already has so much blue track of his own that he doesn't care.
What do I think? I think he should acquire as much blue track as he wants. And I have more than I'll ever use. But I do have something. Read the next one. I got something I want to go get. Well, I'm glad you brought it up.
I wonder how long it would take to assemble the track.
Woo!
Ooh, not only assembling it is kind of like the fun part, looking for the outcome. The disassembling it is the head scratcher. It goes faster, but it's like I just spent 2 days setting up blue track and 30 minutes to take it apart.
Yeah.
Chris Cummings, maybe Joey could title the A.F.o.O.L Podcast with a joke. I only watch shorts because the legs, never the hairy.
Yes.
He was showing. I'm sorry, I interrupted the comment. He's showing an adapter between
blue
old track and 9-volt track or power function track.
One of the places that I bought, I don't remember which one, but they sent these as a sample, and I don't know what you want me to send these to you. That's because you had mentioned on a video that, and I'm not going to do it, and I got them for free, so I'm not. It don't matter to me.
Don't you have to use like if you use all Lego official pieces, you got to use jumpers or something? I think to.
Well, these are not official. I was hoping I had some blue tracks in here and some regular track, and I don't. But it's got the regular track adapter on one end, and then that's where you would lay your blue track right on top of that. So
where's your blue cross tie go? The white cross tie.
Read another one, and I'll go get some track samples.
Okay. Show me what it looks like working.
Battery-powered bricks. Like so many things, I'm of two minds when it comes to YouTube shorts. I enjoy making them. They are always relevant to my other content. But I know that some of the subscribers can count against me in the long run. I just make videos for fun and to contribute to the LEGO community, so it is what it is. That is what we continue to talk about. I make an effort to make sure my videos do as well as they can, but monetization isn't something I think about. I know full well myself and YouTube have very different goals in mind at the end of the day, and mine will always come first.
That's right.
Just do what you like. If people don't like it, they don't have to watch.
If you do what you like and you like in what you're doing while you're doing it, you're never going to go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
right.
But if you're sitting there, okay, I made this video. Well, only 7 people watched it. Why did I do this? And it's like, well, yeah, you're not.
So, Joey, you missed Chris Cummings' comment. He said you could title the A.F.o.O.L Podcast with the jokes. He only watches shorts because of the legs, but never the hairy ones.
Okay, I can. Well, yeah, I have a. That is, wow. How much struggle was that for me to get out?
No, I like the way you've been titling them.
That just blew your mind.
It did, because I struggle more to title them than I do to edit them.
You see, that's the cross ties in the wrong place.
Boy, you're picky. Only the one.
Is it the bottom? Am I looking at the bottom?
No, you're looking at the top.
There's a gap.
There's a gap. There's a little bitty gap. But that is a blue rail that connects right into regular track.
I don't like the gap.
Okay. I'll keep it.
And the track's exactly 5 inches long. So how's that going to...
It won't. You somewhere along the line, you're going to get into a problem.
You're going to have to use a piece of flex track to...
Well...
Yeah, so it messes up the geometry.
Somewhere along the line. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It might not make an oval. Well, if you did a blue track... Yeah, because you got 2 of them.
You'd have to have, like, if you did an oval, you'd have to have one on each side of the track.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah. And I got 2 of them. But I might send them to you anyway, just to watch you do a video and get frustrated.
I know, because I'm going to complain about it now.
You could throw it in the bin with the black. What was the name of that train that you?
Big boy.
Yeah, you throw it in the bin with the big boy. Xavier, I was Googling some pirate sets and found out set 1481, a little set and a bigger 5-set party pack was there. I am in the rabbit hole of collecting the early pirates. All the pieces in that set I own, so I bricklinked it straight away.
Yeah.
So in search of the instructions, I can't find anything decent or willing to send it international. Is that good enough for Jabo's quest for Joey? I'm curious on those silly pieces. Is Dad Bod again part of the show? Right on, Dad Bod. Is Dad Bod there?
No,
Dad Bod there?
I think he had sent a message that he wasn't going to be able to join this week. We got Godzilla Firebox in the live studio audience of one.
Cheers, guys. Thanks again for the laughs. Edit. Found another set. What about set 1490?
What about?
Okay, so I want to go back to what he said about the 1481. And it's funny. This goes back to what I was talking about earlier about things being rare now. It's like that set was not rare at one time. That 5-pack. I remember, and it's like if I had a time machine, I could buy buku of these things.
Right. Not now.
Not now. That's what happens with time. But that's why I think certain things from today, where there's so many of them printed,
right,
they're not going to be as rare as these old sets that got actually played with and lost over time.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever lose their value.
No Lego set except for video will lose value.
I just don't think they'll be more valuable than 10 or 15. I don't think they'll get to 50% of their value increase or double in their value. You never know, but I think $150 or $200 set has a better chance of selling for $600 than a $600 set has a chance for selling for $1,200.
Correct. Yes.
So,
what were you saying before, Joey?
Oh, you were supposed to be looking for 1490.
Oh, well, what I was saying is that the value of a set is only.
Oh man!
You just did good, Xavier. Yeah. You did good, Xavier.
The value just went up on that set because the value.
This is one I did. Yeah, this is one of those that I've missed.
Yeah,
and I do not have in. But you could almost piece it together. You just got stickers. I don't know about those blue mailboxes.
The doors, I don't know either. But see, again, here's the thing about the value of this set. If there's not anybody out buying it, then the value must be really high. $1,500. What?
That's got to
be if in new condition. The part out value, there's not, some of the items haven't sold. It's always a huge concern for me.
Right.
There's 7 lots that haven't sold in the last 6 months, which means, you're not going to find a new in sealed box one of these, is what he's saying, basically.
Right. So what is for sale?
Well, no, go back. Somebody sold a new one for $90.
Wait. View price guide.
Oh, is it? Oh, it was used. Okay.
Used one.
Somebody sold one for $1,500?
Yeah, that was a sale price.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but the current items for sale, oh my gosh, $1,500, and then it loses $1,000 value right now, just because the current items for sale, the highest price is $595, and there's sold one in the last 6 months for $1,500. Oh, that's used. There are no new ones available. Okay, Joey, get your stuff together. There are no new ones currently available.
Yeah.
So click the part list and see if there's anything that's
no sticker sheets for sale, which means the alternate items are probably going to be hard to find. The stickered parts.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's got that. You know what? I need to go buy that. No, I take it back. The panel. Nobody's got the panel. The door. There's one of the doors. Oh, every stickered piece except for the panel is available.
Well, what are their costs?
Look at that. I'm going to look at the
$11 for one of them. Whatever that.
Oh yeah. So this is crazy. Where was the set available?
For sale?
Yeah.
Hang on. You got, well,
Dang it.
Germany's got the cheapest one at $100. All parts applied, really good use condition. All parts are original. No stickers, no instructions, no box. But it does say all parts applied. Did he mean stickers applied?
So this listing is in violation of because it's not listed as incomplete. It's listed.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's listed as you. Oh, I see what you're saying.
It should be listed as incomplete.
It's original, no sticker. Well, he says he has all.
If you're missing a sticker, you're missing the instructions. It's incomplete.
Yeah, okay.
No stickers, no instructions. It's incomplete.
Okay. I'm with you. But that's a lot easier punt to buy that one for $99 than it is if the pieces are stickered.
But you're not gonna be able to get the stickers. There's nobody selling the sticker sheet. And this is one of those sets like if 5 years ago I want to get this bank, I bet you I could have got it.
There's a lot of things.
This thing is just going to skyrocket even more.
It will after this show.
Oh, man. I'm not paying $11 for a single piece for it.
No.
I would do the piece it together with no stickers thing, and then buy aftermarket stickers if somebody's got them. But I wonder if somebody is selling the aftermarket.
I would contact that guy that has it for $99 and ask him if he's got stickers. If his pieces are, because it's worded weird.
It says no stickers. It literally says no stickers.
Yeah, but it said apply too. But you're right. It may be.
Might be he pieced it together.
All parts applied. Now I don't know what that means.
Oh.
Right. Really good use condition. All parts are original. It does say no stickers, specifically no stickers. So, but does he mean no sticker sheet? Because what we need to do is translate that German that he's got up there and see what he originally wrote.
Here's one for $300.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna watch these. Here's one for $290. All stickers.
In the rabbit hole, folks. We're in the rabbit hole.
Yep.
$12.50 with the box and the unused sticker sheet.
Ooh, unused sticker sheet.
It looks unused. Let me look at it. Yep, it's unused. Oh my goodness! But I can't pay $12.50 for that.
Okay, so the German translation says all parts available, very good use condition, all original parts without stickers.
Okay.
So it is without stickers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where
this guy printed the instructions and but he has a few of the stickered pieces, $185. But he doesn't have the original instructions. Does anybody have the instructions for sale?
Oh, there's one for $290, Jabo. It says 100% complete with instructions and stickers.
Is this on eBay?
The cheapest instruction. One person, $112 for the instructions.
For the instructions.
Do you see that one? $290
on eBay.
Yeah, it says 100% complete with instructions and stickers.
Well, surely, okay. I see sticker there. Are they aftermarket stickers or the original stickers?
They look original, but I don't know how you would tell.
It's hard to tell sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at that $100 bill sticker. We got in the rabbit hole, people. That's what we do here.
That's what these people tune into.
The difference is it's usually Earl spending your money. This is Xavier spending your money.
These are aftermarket stickers.
How can you tell?
I think. Oh, no, maybe they're not. Oh, wait. Oh, there's two panels.
There's
a large one and a small one. So I was looking at so on the listing, it had this large panel piece. And I was looking at the small stickered panel, but there is that piece. That is. All right. So maybe those are the actual. Since he's got the original instructions, it's very likely those could be authentic stickers.
And you're looking at the one.
It's $300 plus tax.
Yeah.
I can't do it. But I may regret it later when this set's $500.
I'm going to stick my neck out and say that is probably, well, I don't know. Somebody bought it for $1,500 sealed. See, there's another. Let's talk about that. I am not into buying vintage sealed sets. I have but because if I'm going to buy something, it's going to have to fit into that. I want
to build it someday.
Right. And if I'm not going to bid $1,500 to make it lose $1,000 value.
And it's like I've collected a few of my childhood sets, but I've opened 2.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if that was when I would want the 2. You know, like I've got a bunch of the sets that I had when I was a kid. So if I see them come up boxed in a sealed box and it's reasonable,
right?
But it's got to be reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's got to be reasonable. I'm not gonna.
Right. So I just on Bricklink, I just placed an order for 2 sets. Actually, I went to the store for the 1 set. He had the cheapest sealed one in the U.S. and it's over 20 years old. And I found another sealed set that I can part out for like $300. Mm. He had the name business card set sealed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he had the cheapest of that in the U.S. So I placed an order for those 2. That's like I'll pay for my order because I know the parts from the business card will sell because I've sold almost all of them already. And I paid for it, and then like 4 or 5 days later, he said the business card set's missing.
Missing? How?
How do you have stuff listed that's a set? I can understand pieces being missing.
I can understand sets.
This thing's been in the store forever. It's like, do you not check? You don't have a lot. He didn't have a lot of stuff in his store.
Unless he sold it in some other avenue.
I think it's when he's probably sold it on eBay or something, or probably sold it on BrickTsar or who knows. So I'm getting the other set, but I'm a little disappointed because my whole point in buying both of them is I could pay for it because I'm going to open this sealed set,
right?
Because I want to show people what is in this sealed set,
right?
But was it from overseas?
Or no, it's from U.S. It's from U.S. It's just disappointing sometimes when.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's your plan. You had a plan. Now you're playing backfire.
Yeah.
Beats, Breaks, and Bricks, which was T. Haynes. You guys should do a podcast in the shortened format to fit as a short. Get as much in 17 seconds. That would be. You could go through here and cut out words that we each say and put like a sentence together. Like
I was just thinking maybe next time when we do this, we'll do at the very end 60 seconds of just saying everything that we said just real quick.
We'll be like, what was the guy's name? The fast talker from the 80s?
Exactly.
The Micro Machine commercials.
Yeah. I don't know what his name was, but yeah, I remember.
This is how proud I am. Instead of thinking of that guy, I just thought of the guy who made all the sounds from Police Academy.
Oh yeah.
That was Winslow, wasn't it?
No, Winslow was the big guy, the football player. Brother Smith. Or maybe Winslow. Oh my God.
Was that his real name, Michael Winslow?
Oh, I don't know.
Now I'm thinking of Kellen Winslow. We're going down.
We're going in the woods.
Dumpster Bricks. Dumpster Bricks. Here we go, Jabo. LOL. That particular big boy that BrickTsar is referring to is a lesson in how to suck all the joy out of building brick-built trains. I need to work out how to get rid of the one I have. It's just getting. What do they call? What do they call it? File 69 it. Put it in the trash.
Dumpster. So you didn't pay for it. Please do something destructive. I'm not talking to like drop test. I mean, ideally, I would like to see it run over by a train, but that could cause some legal problems for you. Do something epically destructive that will not put anybody at harm.
Thorock videos about the topic of things that are not for sale on Bricklink. A couple of weeks ago, I found out that no one had the Heavenly Realms Monkey Kid set minifigures for sale. At least not in Europe. Only sellers were China and Hong Kong.
Well, you know, that was actually, that's one of the exceptions. I mean, you could always have the counterfeit, but that was, wait, Monkey Kid, is it an Asia thing?
Yeah,
Or-
I think so.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
He said, so I bought the set four times. So I guess he bought 4 times, 4 of them. Sold almost all the figures in 4 days.
Wow.
Bought the sets from Lego for 170 pounds. You get a 5% VIP plus 2 times 2 forest hideouts. Sold the figures for 120 pounds. Felt awesome, and it really shows that the part out value a lot of people use isn't where the real money is most of the time.
It's
Cheers
in the
for another-
figures.
Yeah, I've said that plenty of times.
Mhm.
If you really wanted to grow your store as a new seller, and you
Add
had
figs.
a little bit of income to put in your store, you could buy Marvel sets and Star Wars sets when they were brand new. You could flip the figs on eBay in the first few weeks that the sets were released, almost break even, and then you would have all those parts to put in your store. And if you wanted to.
I think that's
No,
why Pops does so well, Pops Box, because he's very smart and he's good at figuring out what figures he can buy the parts for cheap and make the figure and then sell it on eBay. He's got a
And
good
that's his
system.
priority is eBay.
Yeah.
He
Right.
flipping those figs on eBay.
Yeah.
JMT14, my Lego store is still labeling minifigs and still giving out pirate packs. Picked up number 6. Going to be sad if they can't figure out how to identify minifig boxes.
Mm.
Yep. Spring Queens cleanups. Great show for my first time watching. I subscribe to. Y'all are funny.
Thank you for
Thank
hey,
you. We
you know,
got one.
And I was thinking that's a
one.
new name. I haven't heard that
Yeah.
name. I'm so excited.
Thank
And
you, Spring
Too bad
Queens.
you'll have to watch this video for like 2 hours before.
Sin Killer Tachikawa. If he can't get the window directions right in Indiana, maybe he needs to record from Australia to flip it around.
You know you could flip. Yeah, you know you could flip that in your settings, right?
No.
Watch this. Yeah. Oh no,
Oh, are we going camera off?
no. Can you hear me? Steve?
Hi, it's BrickTsar. What's your name?
Oh, there I am.
Hey, did you see that somebody posted a picture of a Thomas the Tank Lego mock that was an actual tank?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, a tank. Yeah.
It looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Blah, the Bricklink Designer Program Wave 2 is coming. It's coming, finally. It sure is. I got mine today. Did you get yours, Jabo?
Mhm.
Okay. Video. Maybe by the
I
time
haven't
you
filmed
see
the
this,
video.
we've already seen the video.
Yeah, you will have seen it by the time people watch this. If I do a video.
You're going to do a video. The title of the video is going to be, will this be the last Lego sets I buy? Brian's Bricks, great show. Cameron Hawk, have a great morning. You too, buddy.
Yeah, I can
Contra
see.
Bricks has a lot. I don't know. He's talking about trains.
See the one we can't read?
He's the one we can't read. I apologize, Contra. We really appreciate your comments.
Yes.
It's just hard to decipher them. Shangri-La. Roger Hart says Shangri-La. Oh, translate to English. See original. Translated by Google. That's like so I don't know if this has ever happened to you. So we're watching the movie with my daughter, and they like to have the captions on when we watch movies in Netflix, right?
Okay.
So when you watch the movie The Martian, and they ask for help from the Japanese space program, and when they talk, what they saying in Japanese is in the captions.
Right.
But when you put the captions on Netflix, when they talk, it says speaking in Japanese.
Nice.
I love it.
Chris Cummings, I love how honest Jabbo is about subscribers, lugs, and everything else. My friend was only a 2-year friend who would text me at night right after I would wake up at odd times. She's married and wanted for me to buy a game system and other things I don't want. I feel as though it's okay to test people to a certain extent by saying no, because popularity with those who turn out to be demanding people isn't worth the effort. I guess a lot of that's referring to the big boy.
Oh,
I guess, because you were honest about how the big boy is terrible.
Yeah.
So,
all
Yeah.
right.
so this has been a long one. My wife just informed me that we went over 2 hours.
Overstated.
I was
You
just
better
telling her, like,
go.
You're in
no,
trouble.
it's not 2 hours. It's like an hour and a half, sometimes an hour and 45 minutes. She
Well,
just
when you're
texted me and
complaining
said,
about Lego, time just flies by.
Well, get us out of here before.
All right, we
get
gotta
in
go. We
trouble.
gotta go. So if the bank is the word for the day.
The
Yes.
bank.
Is Lego
bank.
breaking your bank?
Yes.
Is the town bank going to break BrickTsar's bank? Are this enough B's? If not, just subscribe. There's a B in subscribe. Subscribe to Joey. Thank you, Joey, for hosting us on this. Thank you, Godzilla Firebox, for watching in our live studio audience. Thank you, Mardigrasman23, as always. And we'll be back in 2 weeks with another A Fool podcast.
and that's a threat.